SEO pros, big news! I recently discovered SEO Nitro, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. In just days, I saw incredible results that blew my mind. With SEO Nitro, you can get links from thousands of different C-block IPs, the most powerful links at a fraction of the cost. Patent software lets you control your entire backlink profile in minutes. Add, remove, and change links at any time. Protect your site from Google's changes with SEO Nitro's revolutionary backlinking software. Imagine having the power to have laser-targeted themed backlinks, automated link spinning, set it and forget it. Thousands of stellar sites and manual and automated posting options. SEO Nitro is the ultimate SEO weapon. Head on to SEONitro.com now to revolutionize your SEO game. Don't miss out on page 1. It's just click away. Hey, what's up everyone? Happy Friday. Good morning. We're going in a little bit earlier today. Fery's based out of the UK, so we wanted to make sure we respect his time. We'll be talking about how to create a digital PR campaign, which is some great stuff. We're going to break down his way of reactive campaigns, expert commentary, and data PR. So some good stuff, guys. Thank you guys for coming out a little bit earlier today. I still have a couple more copies of the SEO in 2024 book. If you want a copy, shoot me an email at dre@seo.video and I'll be able to send you out a copy. I see Fery already in the back. Looking good. Let me see here. What's up, brother? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, all is good. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you just fine. All right, guys. We got about 8 more minutes to go. Oh, Randy the news guy. Yes. What's up, Randy? Don't be shy, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. I see a bunch of you out there. It's going to be a good one, guys. We have Fery Kaszoni and how to create a digital PR campaign. We're going to break things down. Kenneth, good morning, guys. This is Fery's second time on the show. He dropped some great knowledge bombs, but since then, digital PR just blew up. Oh my God. So we got to see how we can create our own campaign. Stefan, my man. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for coming out a little bit earlier today. It was great seeing you. What's up, everyone? Makulam. Hey, should I probably do it this time? It looks like a lot of more you are on earlier. All right, guys. Yo, 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 Ernesto. If you're just tuning in, we have Fery Kaszoni, and we'll be talking about how to create a digital PR campaign. Fery is the founder of Search Intelligence, as you can see up there. Search Intelligence, right there, right there. Did you have a chance to eat yet, Fery? Or did you grab a bite?
Eat? Well, no, like we are going out for dinner at some Indian restaurant.
Oh, nice.
Right after this podcast.
All right, love it, guys. Yeah, thank you, Fery, again for coming in. I know it's some celebrations going on at your end. Took your time out. Love it.
It's good to be here. Like, I would have run this from like the Indian restaurant anyway.
Oh yeah.
I would have said, where's the curry?
That would be perfect.
Right?
Yeah, no. There's one time someone did it with his phone because he just forgot. He forgot he was scheduled. He's like, let's do it still. He set up his phone and he put it up. Let's learn digital PR. Fletcher. Hello, Fletcher. If you guys want to check out an SEO conference, SEO Spring Training is happening in April, actually next month. I actually have a $400 off coupon. Go look in the live chat for the coupon. I believe it's 24 promo. Use 24 promo for a $400 off coupon for SEO Spring Training. Some great stuff there. It's actually my first SEO spring training I'll be attending, which I will be doing event coverage, interviewing SEOs, interviewing the speakers, providing some takeaways. Luther says hi. We got less than 5 more minutes to go, so be sure to get your shouts out. Logan says hello. Thank you everyone for coming again a little bit earlier today. Great stuff going on. We have today, if you're just tuning in, we have Fery Kaszoni on how to create a digital PR campaign. All right. Oh, yeah. Happy Friday, y'all. Good morning from Oakland, California. And good evening from London?
It's 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 in the evening.
6 in the evening. Yeah, so I'm assuming every time I usually have guests out in your area, it's always pretty late for them, like 8 p.m. because I usually do it at 12. Yeah.
We have to, if your schedule for the show is only this time your zone, yeah, then you might have less energetic people from the UK because the caffeine has wear down already. So I'll let you get coffee now. But I've got my link juice here.
There you go. Love the link juice. You got to send me one of those sweatshirts I can rock it here on the show.
Oh, we have to. Yes, we have to.
Love it.
We are actually thinking of launching a proper drink this year. We have for the trademark. It's ours now, the link juice trademark. So we can actually produce drinks and coffee, caffeinated drinks, and even organic links.
Oh, love it. So wait, so the cans you usually have link juice in a can, and what is that? I see when you in your videos.
Those cans are like empty beer cans. Oh. With a sticker on. So that was just a concept, right? But we do have the trademark actually, so nobody can actually produce drinks under the name of link juice, except from our company, because we own the actual trademark. Officially.
Love that. So you're thinking about making link juice more of a coffee?
Well, we want to make probably 6 or 7 types of drinks.
Oh.
We want them to be we want this to be, in some podcasts you have this liquid death, like the can
yep.
The water. So why not have something for the SEO and marketing podcast as well, where people have, the iconic link juice bottle on the table, right, on every podcast. That's what we want to do.
Love it. Okay.
First, we just send gifts about, hey, get some link juice. Here's some link juice for your, in case you get thirsty throughout your 1 hour podcast.
Yeah.
Have some link juice.
And then get your branding every time they take a sip.
Indeed.
All right, we got 1 more minute to go. So Fery, I'm gonna go ahead and put you on mute real quick, and then I'm gonna go over some videos in the very, very beginning. And so maybe 7 to 8 minutes after the hour, I'm gonna introduce you into the show. All right. Want to unlock the keys to search engine dominance in 2024? The 5th annual SEO Spring Training Conference returns April 3rd through 7th in Scottsdale, Arizona. Join hundreds of search engine marketers and leaders to get the latest strategies, tactics, and insights to boost your SEO success. Attend attend over 40 sessions on topics like advanced SEO techniques, AI optimization, local SEO, and more. Actual takeaways from renowned industry professionals leading the way in SEO innovation. And most importantly, connect and build relationships through networking events designed to foster career growth and strong community of marketing peers. Space is limited, so secure your spot today before tickets sell out. Visit SEOspringtraining.com to register and check out conference details. Level up your SEO skills in Scottsdale with SEO Spring Training 2024.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay, let's work. Wanna see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO, you will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre De Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guests, and today we have the founder of Search Intelligence, Fery Kaszoni. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Lucy, Logan, Victor, Maddox, Luther, Fletcher, Ernesto, Malawam, Stefan, Kobe, Jeremy. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, why did the SEO cross the road? They wanted to get hit by traffic.
Google just added a new carousel documentation. It's still in beta. The new schema markup makes it easier for site owners to add carousel markup for new query types, such as travel, local, and shopping queries. I mean, this one looks very interesting. Okay, Lily Ray shares her insights with Google's Hidden Gems update. Let's check this one out.
So what does this mean? It means that user-generated content websites like Reddit, like Cora, like LinkedIn's community groups and everything that accept user-generated content, that accepts people asking questions and answering questions, they're seeing top rankings for a lot of different keywords. And because of just how vast this growth has been for Reddit, we're now seeing Reddit literally ranking in top positions for extremely high volume keywords. And this is not just pure organic results. Reddit will show up in a number of different ways. So we're going to talk about discussions in forums in a second, but we'll also see sometimes Google, anybody that's opted into SGE, Search Generative Experience, can sometimes see SGE saying, oh, well, Reddit said this, Reddit said that. So SGE will often link and highlight Reddit results. You might see Reddit ranking in various different page one positions for the query that you typed in. Beyond that, Reddit gets its own special kind of rich result in a way where you'll see various site links that point to different Reddit results. So like one Reddit listing might have 4 or 5 different site links basically to different URLs on reddit.com. So if you're looking at Reddit Search Console, you're going to see a huge amount of impressions stemming from the same keyword, because in some cases you'll see 5 different URLs from Reddit ranking on the first page.
Be sure to check out Lily's channel. She just started posting a lot more often on her channel with some great insights. Do you know where else you can find some, do you know where else you can see some Reddit show up? John Lincoln shares his insights. Let's check this one out.
First, have you heard about Google Perspectives? Well, if you haven't, it's a new tab inside of Google that's been out for a few months now. And it basically aggregates content from third-party websites that gives you a perspective on a certain brand or a certain topic. If you're looking for a perspective on something like who is the best telecom company, what Google's going to do now is they're going to look at Cora, YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, and other third-party websites to get a perspective and have that front and center on a tab inside of Google. Now, what's interesting is they do the same thing around branded searches. So if you're searching for a brand name, they're going to give you a perspective on that from around the web, also looking at things like Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, third-party websites. But really, what's most front and center, which is really surprising, is Cora and Reddit. Now, we don't expect to see this going away, and it's really important that you have positive consumer sentiment online. So as you move into 2024 and start thinking about your community management and how that impacts your SEO and your overall brand look and feel online, keep these things in mind. Create valuable content. Engage with the platforms that are talking about you. Look to optimize the experience for your customer off of your website in these other communities as well.
I talk about optimizing for SGE, and perspectives in the SEO 2024 book. So if you want a copy of this, shoot me an email with your address at dre@seo.video. In a nutshell, I talk about UGC, optimizing for UGC sites and optimizing your actual responses with your favorite content optimization tool like Cora or Page Optimizer Pro. Start posting more short form video, vertical videos, because those also are getting pulled into Google search results like Instagram, TikTok, all those great stuff. All right, 99% of affiliate websites are missing this important page to help with EEAT by Gabriela Covey. Let's check this one out.
99.9% maybe of affiliate websites do not have this on their websites. So that page is a resources page. A resources page is a page that's dedicated to providing helpful information to your readers, information that is derived from other authoritative websites online, such as government websites or even scholarly research articles. So on that resources page, you are basically compiling a list of helpful information that is relevant to your industry, to your niche, but includes links to different authoritative government websites, educational university websites, maybe even pulls up some scholarly research that is relevant to your niche, and actually maybe you're showing Google you are a trusted source of information and you're checking that EEAT box, right?
I just interviewed Gabriela on the Magi PR show, so be sure to check her out there. It's just got posted today. She'll be here on the SEO video show very, very soon. Okay, Jack Roebuck, CEO of Digital Energy, shares his favorite link building tactic. Let's check this one out.
Changing people's perception of what link building is, and a lot of the time people build it solely for that link. But what we are doing with some of our insurance-based clients is targeting sites that we know get a good amount of traffic to them. They're communities that we can actually tap into. So yes, we're getting a link at the end of it, which is great, but we're also then getting some good referral traffic to the site and also getting some good brand awareness because it's a niche that's very relevant. As a result of this, we've got to rank 1 within 2 months, built quite a few decent links for the main keyword for this client, and just seeing the impact that then has had, not just from an SEO point of view, but this has also then created an audience for us to remarket to on paid social. So I guess the point I'm making there is, from my point of view for link building, is the best way to do it is, wait, let me just rephrase this one. In terms of the best link building approach for me, it's one that encompasses not just SEO benefit, but benefit from other channels, and bringing the wider piece together.
You know what other type of links drive traffic? Digital PR links, which brings me to my favorite part of the show. Please ask questions and I will address them in the order that they are received. But before we get started, here is a word from our sponsor. Are you struggling to get high authority backlinks? My buddy Fery has a perfect solution for you.
How much do you think this digital PR campaign is worth? Wait just 1 minute before you answer. Watch as we hijack the news with Taylor Swift and Barbie to get you the links. Now we can take this data set from ONS and paste it right into your emails to get you the links. Now how much do you think this campaign is worth? Don't answer! Wait until you see Bloomberg, BBC, Forbes, top tier national and regional news outlets, Reactive PR, Data PR, expert commentary, over 70 team members at your disposal. This product is so hot I need a fan! And then listen to what campaigns we do at no extra charge. Gain character wages, bananas and sleep, best dates for dogs, luckiest UK areas, and many more. All for just how much did you guess? 10,000? 20,000? Even more? No! It's just £5,500. That's right. It's $5.5 grand. It's an incredible value, but it's true. It's digital PR from Search Intelligence. Order today. PO Box searchintelligence.co.uk. Except B2B clients.
Fery is a search engine enthusiast and software developer and extensive experience building complex data systems. He owns and operates dozens of webs and SaaS platforms and valuable online tools with a network of websites reaching millions of users every month. He constantly publishes exciting case studies on SEO and successful websites. He can create buzz quickly. His SEO methods are revolutionary. Please welcome the world's top digital PR and link building expert, Fery Kaszoni. Fery, my man, welcome to the show.
Wow, what an intro. Good to be here again.
Love it, love it. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. And yes, the guy you saw in our sponsored video today was Fery. It's him right there. He's a big star.
Except I'm not in a 1999 suit.
We had some comments in the live chat looking for the computer monitor. They want you to tap it and break it again.
Oh, well, I'm actually in my girl's office now at home because it's her birthday this week and we have some visitors, and I'm not running the meeting from our studio or from our office, but I can take a picture with it and maybe send it to it was a good fun filming that video.
Love it. Okay, I want to get right into it. This is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does Fery get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Well, we the way we help others rank on page 1 on Google, or the way I rank the websites is using, of course, not just digital PR. I would not like to say, just build digital PR links and you will explode. It's get a good website, serve the search intent well, create something that that users expect to see when they search for a query, and make sure the website is flawless, and then go away and promote the website. That's how you get ranked on page 1.
Love it. Okay, let's rewind this real quick. Hold on. Okay, now you gotta take us way back. Take us way back into where you first got into SEO.
It was in I think it was in the year 2008. It was quite a while ago. I was just playing around with the internet. I didn't even have a computer at home. I had to go to like internet cafes and used to build blogs for blogs. And that's where I think I told this story a few times. I wrote it. I've heard on the radio. I've heard that people found water on the moon. And I said, I'm going to write about this. It was on the radio. Nobody wrote about it on the internet at that, in that time frame. So I quickly published something that I've heard on the radio, and it had 20,000 visitors by the evening. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, this is so cool. Like 20,000 people, a small town has seen my content, has read my content. This is incredible power. I said, I want more. So of course I started, writing more and more and more. And I couldn't replicate the same success. Of course, it was a one-off hit, but it was enough to, trigger something in me to say, I want to do this. It's the best fun ever. And that's where I started, writing more and, translating websites from English languages and publishing it and getting traction, putting AdSense on them, making the first $20 in AdSense. It was like, wow, an online guru. I just made $20.
I love it.
It was good fun back then. So that's where it all started.
All right. So what part of SEO actually made you so interested in it? I mean, I guess, it was cool, like getting seeing that 20,000 posting blog. What actually made you more so interested in SEO?
I think the unlimited potential that there is with SEO, it's the power that you can possess, almost like a magic power that you have when you are good, when you understand how to rank, you can actually, get in front of lots of people with various pages. So I think SEO is a superpower, and that's why it's so exciting to me. Not just link building, but everything else in SEO is like you put the ingredients together, and then you come up with like a magic solution, like a magic potion that gives you superpowers. That's the most exciting part.
Love that. So I wanted to get into more of like, how'd you learn it? I know you started writing right away, but I mean, did you take any classes, or how'd you actually learn SEO?
Yeah, so I've never, had any formal education in marketing or SEO or even coding. I think like 90% of all SEOs, we didn't come from an SEO background. We come from a different background. And, we opened up the laptop and discovered something shiny on the screen. And then we started learning more. That's how I learned it. So it was just self-taught. I've started coding. I've started doing everything that that an SEO person should do to rank better. So content, I started writing content, experimenting with content. I was changing back in the day when a simple title change
Oh, yep.
could make a massive impact on the rankings. I was like changing titles all day. Then learning to write, then learning coding for technical SEO, learning, and then link building. I discovered link building. That was the big mountain that I wanted to climb. So link building is the most exciting part of SEO for me because it's first of all it's hard. It's hard and it's hard to crack it like really well. So yeah.
Love that. And that's a perfect segue into the founding of Search Intelligence. Can you tell us more about Search Intelligence and how fast you've been growing within the past, I guess, even the last time we talked, the past year?
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's been we kept on growing indeed. So I founded the company in 2014 as a part-time hobby. Then in 2017 I went full-time. I thought, I'm gonna get rich in like a year because now I own my own company. I have a little office, and not this one by the way. It was this is my girl's office. I had a little office, and I said I'm gonna get rich now, but it didn't happen. I was kind of struggling struggling person in an office who tries to figure out business until 2019, 2020, and that's where I started being more active on social media, just sharing everything that I've learned from running, because I was mostly running lots of audits, like SEO audits for like years, and everything that I've learned through those audits, I've started sharing on LinkedIn. Like, this, if you do this, you can have, better rankings, or I've done this on this, experimental website of mine, and this is what I've discovered. And I was just sharing everything that I found interesting. And in 2020, things started to explode.
Yep.
And so in 2020, we made £100,000 in revenue. In 2021, we made around £900,000 in revenue. 2022, we made, I think, about 3 million in revenue, 2.8 or something like that. And last year, we exceeded 5.5 million in revenue. And now we are 85 people on the team. So we kind of exploded in the past 3-4 years. And it's mostly because of link building. We shifted the strategy. So from doing everything at the company, like every SEO, every SEO task, from this to content to guest posts to everything, we said we're just going to do digital PR. We quit doing everything else in 2021, and we just focus sharply on digital PR, and that's where it all started to go crazy, because now we are the agency that does just digital PR. We don't do anything else.
Love that, which is a perfect segue into digital PR. For those that are living under a rock, I mean, can you tell us a little bit more what digital PR is compared to like traditional PR?
So I mean, in a simple statement, digital PR is just PR but for the web.
Okay.
Kind of, but it's more than that, and it can mean more. It can mean different things for different people. For 90% of our clients, digital PR means links.
Okay. For
some other companies, well, maybe there are some other companies who say, oh, we are not focusing on links. For the clients of those companies, digital PR means maybe more like brand awareness or product promotion or even that. So it can mean many things depending on who you serve.
Okay.
Right. So I think, and that's my opinion, and I think we could find some data if we look around. Digital PR exploded in the past 2-3 years because SEOs have figured out, hey, there's some crazy good links in there. Let's just throw some budgets to these digital PR agencies to get some links, right? There are casino affiliate companies who spend probably even 50 million a year on link building, right? So let's just shift some budgets into digital PR. And that's why I can see digital PR really exploded in the past few years.
Love that. We got a question that got snuck in here before I want to be asked my questions. So I'm curious too, because when I saw this, it's like, what do you think about like a PR syndication? Like when it's syndicating?
Again, it depends what syndication means. So does syndication mean just sending out like a Cision PR newswire and then it gets syndicated, or does it mean let's say Wells Online picks up your piece, your like your research, and then it gets syndicated throughout some other regional news outlets, because it's quite a different game, right? If it's an earned media.
Or process of ideation, like how do you identify the right angle or story?
The best place to start ideating is the websites that where you want to get the coverage.
Okay.
That if you want to get a coverage on timeout.com, that's where you have to start the research. Let's say you put together a list of timeout.com and lots of other news outlets where you want to have the links. It doesn't mean you will definitely have links there, but this research will allow you to maximize the chances of it being picked up by large publications. And if the story is good enough to be picked up by large publications, then of course lots of others will also pick it up. So just go on Google and say site timeout.com, and then just share research, and then the topic of the client, like car insurance and the research, and then look at what other articles have been written on that website prior, like previously in the past 1 year or even 2 years. That way you can identify topics that are being consistently covered by those publications, and that's the starting point for a good ideation. Like that's where you start ideating. It's not like, oh, I had this great idea, my grandma thinks this is pretty cool, let's just push it to the client. Well, grandma might be excited, but it would not guarantee any coverage. I mean, nothing guarantees coverage, but of course if you research what publications are writing about consistently, not just once in a year, but consistently, that's the key. Then you can re-angle, like you can come up with ideas that are around the same topic, around the same angle, and that's how you start the ideation.
I love that. I haven't heard that tip before. So you actually look, and your ideation is very purposeful. It's not just like a great idea, or you think it's a great idea, or like like you said. I love that, and I love like how you can you're able to target your audience that way. But also, I mean, can you also share any tips on maybe even some tools that you possibly use? I know you said you use just the site operator. Is there any other tools that you use to get targeting or anything like that?
Twitter is great for finding trending topics, but we don't use anything else. But we have, of course, so we don't use any other tool apart from mostly Google like the advanced search operators.
Okay.
We do have a Slack channel, and we do have ideation sessions that we do on a team level. So we go in, and then based on the research that we do prior to the meeting, we go in like a 5 or 6 or 7 people meeting, and then we throw all the ideas, and then we start ideating. So that's it's a process of identifying things that could work, that have the most potential to work, and then bringing the brains together. And that's the most powerful tool that you can have. We don't use any AI. We don't even use AI for ideation. We just use human common sense.
Love that. So, I mean, I want to go even further into that, like the strategy development part. Like, I mean, could you walk us through like how you develop the strategy for a digital PR, the digital PR campaign, and like maybe the components of it?
Yeah. So the strategy, especially for the way we operate, is quite simple, because we don't have to go in like 5-hour meetings with the client to walk us through their tone of voice and their branding, and that, we don't need to strategize to that level, because as I said, most people come to us, they say, hey, I have a travel website or a travel product and we want links or news articles that are about travel. That's it's simple. Therefore we just have to come up with ideas that are about travel, where we can put them forward as the travel experts who conducted a research on something interesting about travel, right? And that's, we don't need to have like big briefs and 20 pages of documents. Keep it simple, keep it, on the topic of the client. We're not going to promote their product. We're going to talk about them as being the expert in their field to our audience.
Love that. Okay. So, I mean, it is pretty simple. Just keep it simple, and you can really, really get pretty successful there. So I'm curious now, going into the content creation part. I mean, you create great content, entertaining content. I mean, what's your approach on creating compelling content that resonates, for the media and the target audience that, gets picked up?
For digital PR, the actual tone or like the style of the content is not as important as the actual story that it tells.
Okay.
We our content is very simple. We just present facts. We just present the facts in the simplest way possible. So we don't even create creative content or extremely, fluffy and interesting and, hooks in it. We just create facts. We present the facts in the simplest way possible for the journalist to understand. So we don't actually write, big, creative, crazy alien-like content. We just have interesting ideas and interesting research or interesting expert tips, and then present those facts in the simplest way possible via email. That's all that we do with the content. There's no fancy content writing.
Love that. Okay, so we actually kind of touched upon this about like distribution channels. I mean, you said you're actually purposeful on targeting certain websites. That's one of your distribution ways. And you also talk about syndication. Are there any other ways that you actually amplify some of your stories that to get picked up?
So we don't do the actual session syndicate like.
Oh, you don't do
the
that.
session PR newswire thing. We don't do that. We actually send out emails directly into the personal inbox of journalists. So we don't. So we go to Roxil and Muckrack. These are the two tools that we use. I always talk about them. And we find journalists who wrote about the topic in the 6 months prior to to our press release being released, right? We find journalists who talked about, if it's a story about driving, then we find journalists who consistently write about driving, about accidents, about car insurance, and then we push our stories to those relevant journalists by Roxil and Muckrack. So we have two tools that we are using. They are the best tools for finding the right journalists.
Love that. Thank you for sharing those tools there. And are they pretty expensive, or are they what's something like that tool like that cost?
It depends. It depends what the expensive is, right. So I'm gonna just scare people now and say we pay for we actually shared the print screen on Mostly Marketing on Liam's channel about a $70,000 invoice that we had in December from it was from Muckrack, yes. That's on a large team level. Individual team, an individual, five or 2 people license starts from $5,500 or $6,000, something like that per annum, which is not a lot, I would say. If it helps you get links, then clients will pay for it. So they're not too expensive. They get expensive if you have a large team.
Got it.
But then again, it does pay for itself, even if you have a large team.
All right. Okay. So I want to go into the metrics and KPIs. I mean, what metrics and KPIs are you looking at to more valuable when you share with your clients for a successful digital PR campaign?
We look at the number of links. We don't measure brand placements, even if it's a placement in the New York Post or whatever, timeout.com. If it's just a mention or a placement or brand mention, we don't count them. We exclude them from the KPIs. We only count the links. So for a typical campaign, we usually get about 10 links per campaign. That's what people can between 8 and 12 links. I would say 10 links is kind of what we get per campaign. So whenever we hit the 10 links, then we mark the campaign as complete, and then we are ready to move on to the story.
Love that. Okay, so you do 3 types of PR or 3 types of stories that we actually if you guys were here earlier and saw the commercial of Fery, you talk about reactive PR, data PR, expert commentary. What are those 3? Let's start off with a reactive PR. Can you explain what a reactive PR and provide an example of how you're successful using reactive PR?
Indeed, a reactive PR is the biggest happiness hormone generator in our team members, because it's the simplest way to earn links, but it's also the riskiest way to earn links. So with reactive PR, it's like almost always a hit and miss. Something happens, you come to put together some quote on behalf of your clients, and then you push it out, and then you wait. It usually takes 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, depending on the type of story, and then it has a potential to get you 20 links or even 100 links. So a good example of this was when the Super Bowl event happened. Yeah, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. There were rumors that they will get engaged, and we had a Vegas chapel client who had a Vegas chapel, and like we said to the client, hey, let's come up with something crazy. Let's offer Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce a free wedding venue if they get engaged at the Super Bowl event this Sunday. So this was a few days before the Super Bowl event.
Yeah.
We also said, let's also offer a free venue on the Sunday of the Super Bowl Sunday to a random couple named Taylor and Travis. And we put this in, I think it was like 100 or 200 words email. We pushed it out. It went everywhere. Like it was like 150 links. Campaign. It went like New York Post to Fox News to every publication picked it up. Even like in Romania and in Germany and in Japan, everyone was talking about this. Hey, Vegas Chapel offers a free wedding venue to Taylor Swift if they get engaged. And then socially, it blew up on social. Like, yeah, they are rich. Why would they need they can afford a chapel? Why would they need a free chapel? And it was like very almost like slightly controversial.
Yeah.
But that's reactive PR. Something happens, you quickly push something out within the 2 hours. I mean, this was a few days earlier, but this was pushed out when we found out that there were rumors. Okay. So the reactive piece was the rumor that they would get engaged. So when we heard that, within 2 hours, we had this piece out. Like, hey, they might get engaged. By the way, they will have a free wedding venue if they do.
Love that. I mean, so how do you actually stay prepared to leverage news events and trends like that, like in real time for your reactive PR?
Like we always share, even today. Today the team is off because it's Friday. Of course, who works on Fridays, right? Our team doesn't, right? Even today we had people messaging in Slack, saying, "Oh, this happened and this happened," and Elon Musk is Sam Altman from OpenAI, blah blah blah, and we put this in the channel. Even our team members are always looking for something interesting, and then we push it in a reactive channel. And somebody who's got a client relevant to that story, they will they will not jump on today probably because we never expect them to jump. But if they want to, they can just jump on the trend and then push something out, and that's what we do. On a weekly basis, we always have this reactive channel, and then everyone just shares the ideas there. If you find something interesting, I don't know, a meteor hit, like the ground in Oxford, and then we put it there. Right? If you see something, even if it's not online, then we always share it with the channel, and it really helps with reactive pieces.
Love that. And especially you have over 70 people on your team. You got 70 different ideas coming in. That's a great source, a great source of pot right there. So I'm curious now, let's talk about the next part of PR. You do data PR. Can you tell us more about what data PR is and one of your successful campaigns in a data PR campaign?
Yeah. Data PR is the safer way to do, link building with PR because it really gives something that journalists cannot easily replicate. So with data PR, you go on a government website, you download some data sets, you compare it with population data and with some other data sets, you put it together, and you create something regionalized stories. Let's say, I'll give you an example. We had a campaign about the most dangerous maneuvers while driving in the UK. So we downloaded Department for Transport data from the DVLA, from the Department for Transport, and we have analyzed all the accidents between, I think, 2012 and 2016 or 2019 or something like that. All the data that was available about accidents. 2012 and 2022, something like that. And then we have found that the right turn is the most dangerous maneuver while driving because it results in the most accidents. So we put this, and I think we even regionalized it. We said, in this area, this maneuver is the most dangerous. And then we put this in a nice email report. We push it out, and then we got lots of links to our price, car insurance comparison client with this story. So just download data sets, find a good angle. Every data can tell 1,000 stories if you know how to actually ask the questions of the data, right? Try to find interesting angles. You can do only even with EVs, electric vehicles. You can say, these areas are the most, EV obsessed areas. You can download, sales data of like cars and find out where, cars have been sold the most, where electric cars, and then you can do population compared against population and say this is the electric car hotspot in the UK based on electric cars per 100,000 inhabitants in this area, or something like that, right? So you can always play around with the data, and there's a thousand stories in every data set. You just have to ask it right.
Love that. I mean, are there any other data sources that you go to? And you mentioned government sites. You mentioned just like sales data. I mean, are there any other types of resources that you go to?
Oh, absolutely. Like there's police data. It's a separate, data set. There's even just scraping TripAdvisor. You can just use a Chrome extension called Web Scraper. It's free. You can download it, and you can instruct your browser to scrape millions of TripAdvisor data about, and you can do like with scraping, you can do stories such as the areas in the UK with the most like hairy food, based on the number of hair in food comments mentioned for every location in the right. So you can do these these creative almost like scraping campaigns where you just download a simple Chrome extension, scrape TripAdvisor, create your own data set, and you can just run unlimited, like the hairiest foods, like food, like the rat restaurant hotspots in the UK or in America, right? Based on data from TripAdvisor and comments that people actually say about the place. So it's, or Numbeo, with Numbeo.com, you can find prices for every country, like for beer, for like eggs, for rent, for electricity, on almost every city in the world. And you can it's unlimited data there as well. So it's literally unlimited data out there, unlimited stories out there. Just the ideas have to put the puzzles together. Like your brain has to like figure out how to play with the data, and then there's unlimited stories there.
Love that. Scraping your own data. Love that. Okay. So I want to go to the last part, expert commentary. I mean, what is expert commentary about? Like, I mean, how do you, first what it is, and like, how do you, another successful campaign using successful expert commentary?
Yeah. So expert commentary is probably in the middle. So high risk, reactive campaigns are like high risk, but shorter, so you can do more of them.
Yep.
Data campaigns are like, they take a lot. They have more potential, but if it flops, then you have just spent 2 weeks on something that didn't get any links. Expert commentary is somewhere in the middle. It doesn't take as much as a data campaign. It doesn't take. It takes more than a reactive PR, but it's like almost like the safe zone. So it's like if you have a sleep client, like they're selling mattresses or beds, and we do have, and I'm going to tell you like live examples now, like we journalists need experts. A journalist cannot just write, especially like good journalists, they cannot say, oh, we think that you should eat bananas because I just Googled it. Like they cannot just say that. You should eat bananas before sleep because you're going to sleep better, because this is what I found on Google. Like they need experts from Bad Kingdom reveal 5 fruits to eat before going to bed at night. And then if it comes from an expert, not from like Googling something, then the journalist has all the authentic right to write about it. So if you have any clients in any niche, you have a dating client, you can do relationship advice. Valentine's Day, well, it's like heaven for every dating dating website or any relationship coach website, where you can just put the client forward as expert reveals 5 foods to eat to see your partner in a better light on Valentine's Day or something. There's always things that you can come up with as putting your client forward as the expert, because journalists need. So we've done, I think expert commentary is our bread and butter. That's where we always share tips. If it's Black Friday, a VPN client shares tips on how to protect yourself from being hacked on the Black Friday shopping crazy day. Or a sleep expert reveals, how often you should wash your, bed sheets. Or sleep expert says, don't make your bed in the morning because if you don't make your bed, then the bacteria on your bed, will not multiply; they will die, and then you will have less chances of like any bacteria having being in your bed out in the next evening. So there's always things, where your client is an expert in something.
Got it.
And journalists always need an expert to quote in their articles.
Love that. And guys, I'm coming close to we're coming close to the end of the episode here, so I want to make sure you ask your questions in the live chat so I can get to them. So I want to go into like execution. Like you have everything set up. You have extra commentary. Like once you have it all gathered together, like what is it? What's that email look like to the journalist? How do you execute it?
Yeah. So team members are using OneDrive. That's where we share, or that's where we create our documents.
Okay.
So initially, we have the ideation. The team member, like the executive, comes up with the ideation. Then it gets passed on to the client, and the client approves it. It comes back, and the team member opens up a new work doc. They start writing the press release. So headline has to be short, catchy, exciting, interesting to the journalist. Then we have the intro text where we explain, we compress the whole press release in like 3 bullet points. All the info that's underneath should be at the top, and then the journalist can just go and read more about the top 3 bullet points.
Okay.
So we always elaborate on the 3 most interesting parts of the press release at the top. Then you start introducing the client. Of course, you add the link to the client saying like sleep experts from Bad Kingdom, and then Bad Kingdom will get the link. So when journalists copy that section, they will just hopefully leave the link alone, right? That's why we want the links.
Okay.
And then keep on elaborating, and then we close off the press release with like a nice methodology. It's important for journalists to have a clear methodology at the bottom. And then we say, hey, if you need something, just let us know, email us, send us an email, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, love that. Great outline there. So be sure to rewind that, guys, and write that down. So after that, I'm curious, so I know you said you monitor backlinks, but I mean, so how are you doing it? Like, how do you actually track the progress of the campaign?
The team member, every team member who is responsible for that specific campaign, they will go to Google and then just try to find the campaign name and the client name on Google and identify if somebody covered the story. So we just go and search on Google. If somebody covered the story and they didn't link, then we email them and say, hey, thank you for covering the story. Do you mind adding a link? Because our client would appreciate it. And then if they link, then we just leave the link alone. Of course, we just put the link in our Notion. That's where we track all the links, and we just share it with the client when we have 10 links. I say, hey, happy days, we got you 10 links. Here's the invoice for the next campaign.
Love that. Okay, guys, again, go ahead and ask your questions, because as I come close to my final questions here, so where do you see the future of digital PR? I mean, where do you see it going? I mean, right now it's for the past couple of years, it's just been on an upward trajectory. I mean, do you think it's going to keep on going up?
Yeah, I think digital PR will keep on going up. I think the prices will keep on coming down. So now digital PR is kind of on par with guest posts in terms of prices. I think it will keep on coming even lower than guest posts. It doesn't mean people should not do guest posts, because they have their own place in the SEO ecosystem. Guest posts are quite different. People should still be doing them, but of course on good sites and sites where it actually makes sense for them to have the link. But I think digital PR will keep on coming down in prices. And I think more and more SEO agencies will start offering digital PR to their clients, either through agencies, buying it from specialized agencies, or from experimenting themselves. And I think SEO, it is one of the strong pillars of SEO. It's not the only strong pillar, but I think in terms of building, it's one of the main activities that people will do, and it will just keep on expanding. I think for the next 5 years, digital PR will probably 10x in size in terms of demand for digital PR.
Love that. And guys, since the last time Fery was on here, I took a lot of his tips and started actually doing my own little digital PR campaigns for my clients, and they love it. I mean, and it's because it's natural, it's earned, it just feels more authentic. And I really, I learned a lot from Fery. I'm going to learn a lot more even with this episode. So thank you, Fery. We also have a comment here from Full Circle VM. If you don't make your bed, you missed your first completed win of the day. I appreciate you too and your generous thought leadership. All right, guys. Thank you. We have another question that came on here. Fery, my question is, PR software tools subscriptions are quite expensive. And as a newbie, just getting started PR space, it got cut off. Let me look at here. It got started in the PR space. How do you get journalist email for media coverage?
So the free version is, just use site like Google site advanced operators, right? And just go site timeout.com and then just say relationship if it's a relationship client. If it's a fitness client, then just say fitness or exercise or whatever, and then find journalists manually who wrote about that. And then you can even use hunter.io to try to find their email address. So that's a cheap version. I think like for $20 you can have a subscription there. That's the manual version, or you can use Prowly. I know I'm not affiliated. We never use Prowly because we have these other tools, but I've heard people talking about Prowly, so you can try Prowly. I've heard they are kind of good. I don't think they're like Roxhill or Muckrack, but they are probably very better than not having Prowly. So that's a cheaper version for this.
Love that, and I know you got to get going soon. First, so I want to ask my last question here, and. For those that want to get into SEO space or even a digital PR space, what would your advice be to them?
Start doing SEO audits. So if they want to get into the SEO space, you must do 50 SEO audits for various clients. That's the first step. That's how you become a good SEO. Start with audits. Go on, Fiverr, People Per Hour, and some other freelance platforms, and say, I'm going to do an audit for like £50. But then don't just do an audit of like exporting SEMrush, whatever reports. Do a manual audit focusing on content strategy, technical SEO, and link building. Analyze top 5 competitors, and for each top 5 competitors of that client who bought the audit from you, analyze their tech SEO, their link building methods, and what they've done in terms of content strategy, and put it together in like a 10 or 15, 20 page document. Do this 50 times for 50 clients, and you will be a good SEO after you do this.
Love that. Thank you, Fery, so much. I mean, for this episode to feel complete for you, what is your how can people get a hold of you? Any last advice?
Just Google my name, like Fery Kaszoni, and then you'll find me on LinkedIn. Is my main platform. Okay. I started becoming more active on Twitter. I want to be more active on YouTube as well, but I'm getting there. But LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube is where you can find me.
Love it. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. Thank you so much, man. Can you hold up for one quick second when I sign off? Hold on for one quick second. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And hit up our sponsors. Check out SEOnitro.com and search -intelligence.co.uk. Until next time, I will see you next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, because the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre De Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!